Yo, happy days. Mike Morelli here from Peak Prosper, and in today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to schedule your day like a boss. So if you find that you're like that, your brain is scrambled eggs, and you want to get to this, you want to get razor sharp, then this video is going to be perfect for you. So, there's nothing worse than going throughout the day where you feel like it's a constant stop, start, up and down, do this, do that, right? You feel like you're trying to do a million things, and there's really no flow to it. So by the end of this video, you are going to learn a ton of effective strategies, tools, and really a different way of thinking to go about the way that you schedule your day so that you can have more flow and productivity to it and also really love the work that you're doing. So this is essential. So if you like videos like this, if you like the videos that Scott and I are putting out and you want more of it, just make sure to subscribe to our channel down below. And before we really jump in as well, I'll say one more quick thing that we are open for enrollment here at our Peak Prosper Transformation Program. So if you are a high-performing, adventurous guy, you do want to level up. You do want to build a really strong internal game mindset and really take your life to the next level to make your dreams and goals a reality. Schedule a free call with us. That's linked right down below, and we'd be stoked to chat with you. Cool. So let's jump in. Awesome. So, look, I love hard work, and you probably do too, right? Like, love putting in hard work, love, really moving the needle. But I feel like most of my days would take on this type of schedule here, like this, just absolute craziness, like where you're trying to do a million things, and we almost like take on that mentality too, where it's like, oh, to move the needle, to make progress, I have to do a lot. I have to do a lot of things. And it's true. Sometimes you do have to do a lot, but you have to do a lot of the things that actually matter. And so when we do a lot of different non-essential tasks, we get taken away. We get taken away from our most productive and creative work. And this actually kills us in the long term. I think this is a big thing that leads to burnout as well. So, the key concept here is like, stop focusing on doing a million things and let's start focusing on the things that matter. And these are the things, the essentials that really drive our life, our business, our health, our relationships. And so this is this is key. So let's jump into it, right? Like, I'm going to break down some insanely effective strategies on how to schedule your day like an absolute savage so that you can have more flow to it. And these are going to improve your energy. They're going to improve your mental clarity so that you can think more clearly and start making better decisions, right? Better judgment. You're going to have more emotional balance so that you feel calmer, more peaceful, and collected, which is absolutely essential if you want to be an effective leader in this world. So here we go. Let's go in. Number one, schedule your day the night prior. Like, night before. Like, you have to schedule your day the night before, and I use a little I use a daily planner. Like, I'm just throwing stuff around, I'm just getting way too excited, but start with the night before and break down exactly what you need to do the next day, right? So right before I go to bed, like, I'll spend some time doing some reading, maybe some journaling at night, maybe some meditation, or just relaxing, right? And before I go to bed, I'm planning ahead, and I'm saying, what needs to get done the next day? Oh, I have 2 calls at this time, but I also know that I need to create YouTube content. So just having that planning the night before will allow you to wake up without that feeling of being rushed. I hate that feeling of waking up in the morning and I'm completely rushed and I'm like thrown out of my zone. I'm not a fan of that. So, just having that, a sign of effective action is good planning. So take the time the night before, just spend 5 to 10 minutes figuring out what your day is going to look like. Absolutely key. Schedule in the essential tasks, I'm going to talk about essentials a little bit later on in this. So the second one, morning routine. It's got to be bomber. Yeah, bomber morning routine. It's got to be super good. And here's why. When you wake up in the morning, this is when your subconscious mind is the most malleable, meaning the most willing to change. When we start the day with the concept of investing in ourselves first, that's what a morning routine does. It sets our mind with the precedent saying that you, Mike Morelli, or you, whoever's watching this video, you are your greatest asset, right? It's not a computer, it's not an iPhone, it's not your car, it's not some cryptocurrency or some stock that you own. It's you. And so we spend that first hour of the day really investing in ourselves. You want to spend time meditating. You want to spend time exercising, reading. And what we teach here at Peak Prosper is a couple different pockets that lets you energize, that lets you get into your flow state and really tap into the key routines and rituals that will maximize your creativity and your energy throughout the day. So you have to have a bomber morning routine. Don't wake up and go straight to your phone. Don't wake up and go straight to YouTube or start checking emails. Take that first hour, invest it in yourself so that when you do go into the work, you're already energized, you're already working in that flow state. It's key. So, number 3, what do we got? We're going to keep our goals and priorities close by. So, goals, priorities. So, goals and priorities close by, this is really key because when you are going throughout the day, like, look, we got a lot that's going on all the time, right? We're getting constantly bombarded with all these different things. And it's easy to lose track of what matters. I mean, I do this, like it happens to the best of us, right? So what I'll do is in my daily planner, I'll open it up, and on the left-hand side of every week, I'll write out my priorities for that week. And I just write out about 3 to 4. And I don't think you should have too many more than that because then it starts getting a little crazy. Like, what are the main projects and tasks that you're working on? Like, what is the most essential? So it's like, for example, if you're a coach and you're trying to get more sales, like maybe that's the number 1 priority task for the week. So like what you write that in, like number 1 priority, like get more sales calls, right? Something like that. So that way you know that if you start to wind up checking email and you're doing all these different things, or you're updating your website, or you're like changing your YouTube banner, these are non-essential tasks. They don't matter. They're actually taking you away from that main thing, which is getting sales. And really, for getting sales, you should be focusing on all those essential tasks that drives that input. So maybe it's spending more time on social media, connecting with people. Just an idea at a high level. But yeah, we waste so much time on non-essential tasks that don't align with our goals and priorities. And if you're watching this video right now and you don't have clearly defined goals in your life, this is insanely important. And we're going to create more videos for this for Peak Prosper. We have a framework that we use. It's incredibly valuable. And if you are looking to have crystal clear goals, maybe comment in this video down below and we can help you create some crystal clear goals for you. Really something important to work towards, which leads me right into this next one. I'm just going to write it in here. Vision. Like, you have to have a vision. You have to have a vision. And vision is everything. And the reason why is because you think about the way that human beings live our life, right? Human beings, we live our life with our values, essentially. Like, whether we know this or not, whether we're aware of it or not, human beings live in accordance with our standards. We live in accordance with our values and our belief system. And we don't just like randomly do things, right? So vision, having a crystal clear vision for your life where you define, the type of person that you want to be, like the type of person that you want to be in the future that you're working towards, how you want your relationships to look and feel, like health. What are the standards for your health? Like, what is important to you and why is that important to you is the absolute key thing. Like, I'm not just creating this, Scott and I, we're not just creating content randomly. Like, we didn't create Peak Prosper to say, oh, let's just do it. It's like, no, this aligns with our philosophy. This aligns with our life. Why? Because we value freedom. We value truth. We value the ability for human beings to constantly learn and evolve themselves. And this is just a platform that allows for that, right? So having this vision for your life is so important. And as we go throughout the day, as we go throughout our week, checking in on that and saying, am I living in alignment with that? And when we do, we feel that feeling of purpose as we flow through the day. That's that energetic flow. That's that alignment and feeling grounded. So that's absolutely essential. And I talked about this with goals earlier. The goals support the vision, right? The vision comes first, and then the goals support that. So it all feels aligned, and then the priorities are supportive to the goals. Incredibly valuable framework. And again, if you don't have that vision here, if you don't have that sense of purpose, if you don't have that sense of meaning that's driving you throughout your life, please either comment below, get on a free call with us. We'd love to just help you create that. This is what's really going to help you become the man that you were meant to be, right? Having that vision for your life that you're just obsessed with. Doesn't mean that it's easy. Like, nothing good is easy. We know that. But the vision, happy days. Awesome. So as we kind of scale on here, like, let's keep it moving. I want you to work in time blocks. And this one's going to be an absolute game changer. So as you work in time blocks, like, never, ever just like work randomly. Like, get on your computer and just start like hammering away. This is when things get out of control. I'll put my hand up right here and say that I've absolutely done that too many times. It doesn't work for me. I've never seen it work for me. It always leads to me like going like 2.5 hours unchecked, and then my brain is just completely fried. You want to work in time blocks. How do you do this? Take your phone and put it on, go to the timer mode on the clock, put it on 45 minutes or an hour. Try that first. And done. Set it and forget it. Boom, 45 minutes, set it off to the side. And when that alarm goes off, stop. Stop what you're doing and just get up. That's it. So for example, I take my phone, I go to timer mode, I set it on 45 minutes, and I let it go. And I'm going to focus on my priority tasks that support my goals. And I'm going to work on that. And then, cool, the phone goes off. I said, okay, no matter what I'm doing, I stop, I get up, and I take, which leads me into the next one, breaks. Breaks. You have to schedule in breaks throughout your day. So, time blocks, breaks. The timer goes off, and then you go and you take that 10 to 15 minute recharge. It's absolutely essential that you do that. This is going to really help you just to break up that feeling of like pressure, of that I have to keep grinding, of that I have to keep working. And we do this as men who want to achieve a lot. They want to accomplish a lot of things in life. It's very easy for us to just go and keep hammering the nail, and not just like stop and step back for a second. So these breaks, 10 to 15 minutes, get that energetic flow. And what do you do during those breaks? One, I do not ever bring my phone with me. My phone stays on do not disturb all day. And I'll explain a little bit more about why I do that. But go and take those breaks. Walk outside. Go do some yoga. Go foam roll. Go do some breathing. Go have some water. Don't start planning. Don't start thinking about work. Go just do something. Go stand outside and go look at the trees. Get in the sun for a little bit. Go do some push-ups. Do 5 minutes of core. This is an opportunity for you to just scale back, invest in yourself, check in with your day. Don't think about work. Like, this is an opportunity for you to really take your mind off of work, right? So these mini breaks throughout the day are huge. And then that leads me right here to lunch. So taking breaks and lunch, I schedule in an hour minimum every day. And I schedule it at noon to 1. That's just what I do. I have it set, and it's scheduled right there. And the reason why I take that hour is, could I go 30 minutes? Yes, right? Could I go 40 minutes? Yeah, I could. But for me, what I found is that you want to take that long break during the day to really recharge your batteries. This is what that opportunity is. It's truly an opportunity to completely recharge, refresh, and go into the second half of your day feeling as productive as it was during the first, right? During the first block. And that's going to be absolutely key. So, what do I do during lunch? Again, I'm not checking social media, I'm not checking email, I'm not responding to phone calls or text messages. I'm making a really healthy lunch, right? If you go and you work outside of your home or not nearby your home, pack that healthy lunch the night before. And so I'm eating well. I'm drinking water, right? I'm recharging. Typically I'll do like 20 to 30 minutes of yin yoga. It's what I've been doing the last week. It's been such a game changer. I'll go outside on a long walk, like 15-minute walk in the sun. This is an opportunity again to just kind of get the blood flowing, right? Sometimes I'll even lay down and just take a nap for like 10, 15 minutes. And I'm not like going into a deep sleep or anything like that. I'm just laying down and relaxing. The key here is that you get away from your screen. Don't go from one screen to another. Don't go from your computer screen to your phone screen and sit there and eat lunch and scroll. Like, go outside, like go on a walk, eat your lunch outside, stretch it out, foam roll, maybe even read a book for a little bit, something like leisurely and nice. And that's really the key thing here, is that you're taking this long lunch and really allowing yourself to recharge emotionally. This is the biggest thing. Remember that human beings, everything, we are made up of energy, and once you use it, it's gone. So that's going to be like an absolute, just again, game changer for you guys. So I would talk about just like managing technology. So I'm actually going to put this one in red because this is seriously one of the biggest things that I see that limits people's growth more than anything in the entire world is, I'll show you. And I have to go get it because it's placed away from me, but this thing right here is the number one killer of all growth, of all like productivity and creative work. And the reason why is because, look, it's a tool at the end of the day. And as my dad once said, you can use it to either hammer nails or hammer your head. And that's what the phone represents. That thing, like, keep it on do not disturb all the time. And you just set it on that little like half moon icon, and it's changed everything for me. Like, I'm getting text messages, phone calls, I don't hear it. Like, I don't respond to it. And the reason why is that it leads to this. Like, it leads to this up here where your brain is literally scrambled eggs. Like, it will just keep taking you off and off and off. Every beep, every ding, every phone call, you're taking your energy and you're placing it somewhere else. Remember that to be a true leader, to be like a really deep thinker, clear thinker, emotionally balanced, you have to say no to almost everything. You have to be willing to say no to all non-essentials. That's what this is really about. This schedule here helps you hone in on your essentials, helps you to hone in on the inputs that really drive you forward. And that's how you really manage and schedule your day like an absolute savage. That phone, all the text messages and stuff that you're getting are non-essentials. They can wait until the end of the day. And it takes sacrifice. I'm not saying if you have a wife or you have kids or something like that, that you should be ignoring them. That's not what this means. You can go and you can set alerts for if there's specific people that you know that you need to respond to. That's absolutely great. And maybe you should do that. But for the majority of our life, humans went the majority of our lives without ever needing a phone or ever needing to respond to people. I mean, when I was a kid in the 90s, I would go out and I would play all day without any contact from my parents. Any contact. We didn't have cell phones. We didn't do those things. I was out playing in the streets all day. So it's only within the last couple of years that people feel like they need to respond to people. And really, that's just something that's created in your own mind. Being a true leader requires sacrifice. It means sacrificing some short-term discomfort for long-term compound interest that really, really moves the needle in our life. And that phone is one of those things that absolutely crushes it. So leave it on Do Not Disturb. Leave it away from you. Put it arm's distance, like other side of the room, so that when that timer goes off, you have to get up. You have to get up and move to it and shut the timer off and then go. So you're saying, okay, Mike, like when do I respond to text messages, phone calls? Never. No, I'm just kidding. When do you do that? You go maybe at the end of the day, and this is going to lead me right here. Wind down. So here's what I do, right? Like jump into work, we schedule it out, we have a bomber morning routine, we have our goals, priorities, and vision close by to make sure that we stay on track on what matters most. We work in time blocks. I work in 45 to 1 hour time blocks. When that alarm goes off, I stop, I go, I recharge, I do some other thing, go to the bathroom, walk outside, do some quick yoga, foam roll, breathe. Anything other than work, don't think about work, shut it off. All right? I take those breaks and I do lunch, which I was just referring to earlier about. What do I do with technology? Keep it away, keep it silenced, keep it quiet. Focus on the deep work. And then 7, at the end of the day, I wind down. So my cutoff time is anywhere between 4 to 5. Depends when I started, depends what type of day I've had. And when it hits that, when I say, I'm done, I'm done. And this is key. When I'm done, I'm done. And the computer goes off, it goes in my case, and I put it in a closet. And I take my keyboard and my mouse, I turn them off, and I put it in the closet. Why do I do this? It's a boundary, right? It's a boundary that I put on myself that says, when I'm done, I'm done. And I'm not taking my work with me, right? I'm going to go and I'm going to go outside. I'm going to go on a bike ride. I'm going to go on a walk. I'm going to foam roll. I'm going to do some meditation. I'm going to go down to the beach because I live here in Hawaii. I'm fortunate to do that. But go outside in nature. Like if you're, drive to a park, have like a little nightly routine that when you shut down for the day, it's like, okay, here's how I decompress. And that's the key thing. Again, as high-performing men, we put a lot of pressure on ourselves. We do. We put a lot of pressure on ourselves. Allow yourself to decompress at the end of the day. Cook a good meal. And I'm going to talk about evening routines in a later video. But, yeah, this is key here. Spend that time every day winding down and letting go of whatever's happened throughout the day and just allow yourself to completely recharge and relax and enjoy your evening. So I hope you got tremendous value out of this video here today. This is how I schedule my day. It's been insanely effective as Scott and we grow, peak, prosper, and also more than just business, right? It's about living a life where you actually feel good about yourself and feel good about your day and feel good about just the work that you're doing. So yeah, hope this has been insanely valuable for you. If you love this video, definitely share it with a friend, subscribe, and let us know your thoughts down below. Love to hear from you guys. So, all right, thank you so much for watching. Peace out.